gosh. What the hell is that smell? Oh, God, is that stink? Jeez, can somebody just tell me for crying out loud what stinks so bad? This whole place just freaking smells like piss. Oh, that's right. It was Monday night tonight, and Raw must have been on. I mean, I wasn't home all day. I mean, went out to actually enjoy myself for once on this Monday. Get this tissue in my mouth. This kind of sucks, man. So that was been the smell because I didn't watch the show, but I got the highlights when I got home. Kind of looking to watch an episode, I guess, because boy, did it smell. It was piss poor, pretty much. Apparently, the word piss now is the big deal now because Drake Maverick pissed his pants at Survivor Series for no reason whatsoever. But of course, now he's a laughing stock. So is AOP. Ronda Rousey cannot really sell being beaten down or getting her neck crushed. But Chris Jericho gets his a chair thrown on his neck, pushed into a steel post, then that's supposed to run off TV. Ronda Rousey, but yeah. And then of course that's right, we're getting a probable main event TLC. TLC was between Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin. Yeah. Pretty sure we could have, had something better for that. And of course, the TLC match could go into something better. Oh, dear God, this freaking stinks! Yeah, it did pretty much stink tonight. Really. This episode did suck tonight. Guys, what is going on? This is the Club of the Man 1993 coming at you. Apologies, the review is late. As I probably warned you guys yesterday, I wasn't going to be catching Raw live tonight because I was going to go visit some friends today, which I did, and I had a blast with them. And of course, I, got some alerts, come home, check out Raw, well, the highlights and whatnot. Makes me really glad I didn't watch this show. A show that apparently is the superior brand because it swept SmackDown Live and made them all look like jobbers and jokes. It just, man, like what the heck's this smell here? Right? Made me freaking, Jeez, it left a big stench here. Terrible. It's worse than the time when I was in middle school when we came over Christmas break and somebody left open a milk carton in one of the classrooms. Ah, God, that freaking smelled. It's wearing off right now, guys. Maybe I'll be okay if we get past this. But yeah, man, this show was really it freaking stunk, man. Oh, God. I'm sure it's tell I'll blame the LA crowd, but man, boy, that stink. Oh boy, maybe I can get through this. I can get through this, guys. I'll get through this horrible odor, and we'll be okay to go from there. But yeah, this show. Well, rumors have it apparently WWE apparently didn't have this script finalized at all until the second the show went on the air. Oh, procrastination, being unprepared. Oh, that just piled on this freaking odor. Oh, God. It's already 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't have time to this. I have to cancel this review because it just so freaking smells. God. This episode of Raw again. Gosh. All right, I gotta stop being trolling around here. I'm gonna be just like Vince McMahon and Kevin Bucktooth and Dunn and all those other shitty writers backstage. Trying to get through this review of that show that apparently dominated Survivor Series Sunday and then puts on an absolute crap fest tonight. So let's clear the smell here. Let's get some good sense in here and check the live chat and see who is in. We're probably got 6 viewers, which is pretty cool. We got to say Um, we got Lauren saying highs. This episode was absolute trash. No mention of last night and stupid ass segments. Oh yeah, because they really. Oh gosh, they freaking stunk. Oh. We got Mark saying, "Oh man, there were no call-ups." Still, the teases of Lars Sullivan coming up soon, but it was not like he's for sure going to Raw, which I kind of saw coming. But he'll probably. Oh God. Whatever. He probably won't be booked well either. What's up, Larry? Just want to say good morning. Sure thing. Watch Strowman lose and Corbin become permanent Raw general manager. Ah, gosh. Man, that really smells. Please, no thank you. Didn't watch Raw, but it looks like I missed nothing. Oh, trust me, Larry, you didn't miss a single thing. Lauren can't wait till tomorrow, probably for SmackDown, I'm guessing. I noticed something about the tag team champion versus champion match. Oh, we knew that also. Lauren said she's got to work from 7 to 11, so I may be late for the review. No worries. She gave Raw a D-. Only good part was Strowman facing Lesnar and Dean and Rollins end segment. That's it. Rumors are saying Usos shouldn't have won last night. I did hear the rumors too. Apparently, the reason why they weren't, Michael Cole went out of his way on Survivor Series to say that pre-show match doesn't count. Apparently, those rumors have it because they may have misprint. Apparently, Raw was supposed to win that Survivor Series 5-on-5 10-man tag team elimination match. Well, here's the thing. One, it feels to make the Revival look dominate. Awesome. But if they're going to make the Revival look dominating, and then by pitting the Usos, and then just the way, what happened tonight with the Revival, oh gosh, the Usos would have been joining this awful sense. Ah. Oh, man. I have to keep my nose on this on my nose a little longer, just thinking about how bad that would be. Oh, dear Lord. Let's see here. No worries about the stream being late. It's all right. Watch Renee be involved in the Dean storyline, which would make it a little bit interesting, especially if she's going to be on Raw to begin with. Because again, just to avoid this awkwardness with her on commentary and whatnot, like it would be interesting to have her involved in this segment whatsoever. Definitely, the Bar fought that match clean. He didn't try to cheat or anything. Pretty much that was the case. I mean, even like a distraction of with what happened to Drake Maverick, of course, obviously, didn't affect AOP or whatnot or anything, but whatever. Well, the outcome in some ways, it was a stupid segment. And they say Raw is a superior show to SmackDown. Are you serious? Probably going to because, could have been just WWE just sabotaging SmackDown. Could have been, but then once again, remember, that's a show that's apparently getting $2.5 billion in the next 5 years, making WWE their biggest money, and they're going to treat it like absolute shit. Team Too Happy gets on my nerves though I feel for Chad Gable. Bobby Roode, not so much because he's been booked like crap for sure. Larry said, Dean and Rollins feud is already dead for me since last week. Dean's heel turn does not feel important to me at all. He's definitely no Ciampa. Hello, everyone, by the way. What's up, Tia Couponer? Thanks for joining us. I'm not too bad, but some of this freaking smells in here. Oh, God. Because I watched the episode, the highlights of Raw, man. Got a feel for Maverick though. Oh yeah, but we're supposed to hate him now because he's a heel GM he's a heel manager on Raw, but once again a face manager on SmackDown. I thought your nose was bleeding or something when I tuned in. Like, no. My nose is not bleeding. Trust me. I hope Ron's okay and kicks Corbin's ass. Excuse my language. Hey, Mark, no worries, man. I'm hoping so too. Mike is apparently I'm more entertaining than Raw. I appreciate that. Tia Couponer. She says, sorry I fell asleep during the stream last night. No worries. Was hoping they'd do more with Dean's heel turn. It's fucking everything up. I'll get to, of course, the stuff with Dean and Rollins shortly in a second. I know what that smell is. It's Raw. Oh yeah. Raw, man. Oh God, it stinks. Big time. I literally was watching highlights on my cellular device, and I let that scent just roll into my bedroom. Dear God. Please don't let Corbin be permanent GM, please, for sure. Don't let Corbin be permanent GM. If anything, again, if Alexa Bliss really isn't gonna wrestle anytime soon, maybe just give the job to her. I'd say at least she actually could cut more reasonable promos on the mic, where Corbin in the meantime just just sucks. Petition Raw, make Raw great again would be nice. Get it. You're right. It is acting constipated, Corbin. I actually, GTF people are thanks. It feels a little better in here. Like I can actually, smell better here with all you guys in the live chat. Lauren's looking forward to SmackDown tomorrow. Yeah, especially it's Shane's to be giving people consequences for what happened. How do you feel if SmackDown, if a SmackDown Live star went to Raw? Well, as long as we don't get the writing. Here's the thing: if they try to shake up do the superstar shape again next year, and they have pretty much SmackDown go back to the crap fest it was last year, then it might be time to treat Raw good again, pretty much for me. But if we're going to tell you what we're getting, then I would hate to see a SmackDown star go to Raw at this point. Mickey versus Ronda. Really? There's rumors Miz may face Bryan at Mania with Bryan as the heel and Miz as the face, which I still don't think would work in my opinion. Hearing that Styles negotiating a new contract with WWE, he wants a lighter schedule, which wouldn't be a bad idea, especially again with him getting older. I mean, he's probably still going to put it on. I think right now with his 2 championship reigns, Styles is kind of at a point where Shawn Michaels was in the last few years of his career. I mean, Styles is in his early 40s. Obviously, his kids are growing up, and obviously he needs to be there for them more. So my honest opinion also is it might be a point where it might be like how Shawn Michaels was in the last few years of his career. He didn't need a championship to, be one of the biggest stars on the roster. He didn't, he not saying that he was putting people over left and right, which Shawn Michaels did put people over, but he's at a point where he's not going to be needing a championship run, in my opinion, to put on instant classics, kind of like Shawn Michaels. So if that is true, he wants to go on a later schedule, I'm for that. I mean, I love AJ Styles, but, he's in his early 40s. Obviously, retirement is a few years down the line from him. I think he's done enough already to be in the WWE Hall of Fame. So if it's working on your schedule, I completely understand that for sure. Let's see here. And Shane versus Cena rumored at Mania. What? Why Shane and Cena? That would suck. Styles has stated that he wanted to drop the title for more family time, and he wants that Orton schedule. Okay, that makes sense. Don't forget to drop an elbow on that like, but yeah, drop the elbow pretty much. I agree. Please, Styles, don't go part-time. Again, it would suck, but, he is starting to get to an age where he probably needs to dedicate more time towards his family. Alexa will be a better GM in her opinion, but then again, she'll have her faves, which obviously she will, but at least it'll feel a little more. I think she would be a more effective heel GM than Corbin is because, even though she was a little overpushed, Alexa has more success to back it up than what Corbin does, I feel. You talking like Luge, TNL. I love her channel too. Oh boy. Drop the elbow on it. Could Shane turn heel soon? I thought maybe he would, but since Bryan turned heel, I don't see it happening. And apparently also first, before Bryan turned heel, was rumors that it was going to be Bryan and Shane at Mania, which maybe, but I wanted to see Bryan and Miz, but Bryan overcoming the Miz win the championship. Like, I just still don't want to see Miz as a babyface. He's too good as a heel, in my opinion. Is Braun injured? Just storyline-wise, I feel. No, Alexa, give it back to Kurt. I'd be okay with Kurt having it back, of course, but any trades or drafts for the shakeup next year? Still got to think about those. Watch Styles face Bryan TLC. He probably is, of course, getting his rematch. Corbin smashed his arms with steel steps. Next WWE Hall of Fame inductee. Got to think about that as well. Orton and Batista is also rumored, which could be happening against Triple H. Not going to be able to. Would you rather be retired or part-time? If you're not getting in the way of other people's pushes. Like, I don't think part-timers should be champions if they're not going to be able to defend the title. Like, if it's just like, you know, you're just there to put on classic matches like Shawn Michaels was. He wasn't really part-time towards the end of his career. Then okay, but I don't think they should be getting championship shots. So I'd say part-time if you're not getting championship shots. The WWE are pushing Nia. They are. When Owens and Zayn return, they'll be face. Watch. At least Sammy needs to be face. I mean, Kevin being face would be awesome too. But I think Sammy needs to go back face. We might see Shane turn heel tonight. Again, maybe, but we have way too many heels on SmackDown right now. It's too heel focused, I feel. Also, Taker and Kane is rumored would take with career on the line or retirement match. Maybe we'll see how that goes. But let's get into this review. Not much really to talk about, guys. I'm going to fly through this. It's like 2:30 in the morning here. Show opened up with Corbin in the ring. Him and Stephanie are just raving about Raw sweeping last night. But of course, Stephanie's saying that, you know, Stephanie's a little saying that Corbin feels a little dumbfounded, reminding him that she, that she did make a deal with Braun Strowman. Braun came out pretty much. Braun's getting everything he wanted, picking the stipulations and whatnot. He will, and the match is made official for TLC that he wants a TLC match with Braun Strowman, and the stipulations Stephanie gave it where, you know, if Braun wins, he gets his Universal title shot at the Royal Rumble. If Corbin wins, that he becomes permanent Raw GM. But if Corbin loses, he will no longer be Raw GM, which, once again, I keep saying, yes, I know he is a heel and he's just doing, you know, things make you boo him. But again, it's not entertaining. It's boring. It's nothing that's going to make me want to see. Well, actually, it wants to see him get the crap kicked out of him. But it's sort of the fact that, you know, I don't want to even see this guy anymore, because why? What made Corbin qualified in the first place to be in this position, be the constable of Raw? I feel like, again, it just like pulled his name out of a hat. Like, to me, it's not much different than having Jinder Mahal being WWE champion, pretty much. You know, if we were getting the Corbin that we got before he lost the Money in the Bank briefcase last year, maybe, because that Corbin actually, to me, felt like he could have been, you know, a world champion. What does this Corbin have credible to him to make him, you know, make him credible as a heel GM? To me, it's just boring, and it's just it's like when I rant about how, like, you know, Sheamus was not booked well as Mr. Money in the Bank, but yet they still put the title on him and act like he was a big deal all of a sudden. Which, again, all respect to Sheamus, but it's like he was not built up well to be a world champion with that Money in the Bank briefcase that he had. You know, you can't take, you know, Tyler Breeze and all of a sudden put the title on him. Although, you know, I would love to see Tyler Breeze be a champion, but if you have Tyler Breeze now, like, losing matches and all of a sudden wins the WWE Championship, we're not going to be able to take him seriously. You know what I mean? Like, that's what happened with Corbin. So why are we all of a sudden putting him and Braun Strowman in a TLC match? Like, Rollins and Ambrose could have been TLC. Styles and Bryan could have been TLC. Of course, I worried we were going to get Ronda and Nia in TLC. I would not have wanted that. But we give it to Braun Strowman and Corbin. Why? Probably the main event, because Raw is a superior show. It has to be a main event instead of giving the WWE Championship the main event. Like, I will take Rollins and Ambrose main eventing TLC, or what should be main eventing, because the WWE Championship, the championship of the company, is not getting the main event, but Bryan and Styles should get the main event. But it probably won't. It only got in the main event because you know, Brock Lesnar is the Universal Champion. But of course, you know, that happens, and then they set up this 6-man tag team elimination match. Baron Corbin, Bobby Lashley, and Drew McIntyre taking on Strowman, Elias, and Balor. Apparently, this match dragged for the entire first hour. And not only do we get another repetitive, you know, opening corporate segment like we always do, but apparently we got a dragging match that lasted almost pretty much the first full hour of Raw. Once again, apparently the script was not prepared until as soon as the show started. God, this Cena makes this room just absolutely smell like mucus. Um, so that was boring. Of course, Balor got eliminated. Elias got eliminated by count out again. So I don't know if it's for some weird stipulation match with Elias and Bobby Lashley at TLC. Who knows? And then Strowman gets in. He hits the power slam on Corbin. But then Drew McIntyre uses a steel chair. It tended to just get McIntyre disqualified. But then they beat down Strowman, and then they smash his arm with the steel in between the steel steps or something like that, and that busts up Braun Strowman's arm. Apparently, he has a shattered elbow now, but I'm sure it's pretty much kayfabe wise, even though it was pretty bloody, for real. And that's the other thing too why I don't like this to be a TLC match, because once again, are we going to have Strowman get, as I said last night, are we going to have Strowman get yet another Universal title shot? He's going to lose yet again. It's like Bray Wyatt. I want to root for Strowman. I love the guy. He's awesome in the ring and whatnot. He's entertaining when he's not, of course, saying stuff like, I'm going to neuter you and whatnot, which that was just ridiculous. But it's just, he's just this guy that he apparently cannot, capitalize in the big moments, like for the Universal title picture. They're booking me to believe that, he can't do it. So why are we still doing the same crap with him just dominating everyone else, and all of a sudden he can't, capitalize in the Universal title picture? It gets old. And that's one reason why I don't want to see that match be TLC. You could make it a singles match, okay, but TLC, nope. Well, and again, Braun wanted to pick a stipulation, which, why not pick like a tables match or something like that? I would be like, okay, tables match, whatever, fine. TLC though, really, especially with Baron Corbin. Didn't care. They do an injury to believe that Corbin's going to win, but we'll get past it. Hopefully, it might get worse afterwards. Who knows? But that's how the show opened up with that long-ass match for the first hour. We have a recap of what's been going on with Ambrose and Rollins. Seth comes out saying that pretty much that he has realized that he's not known who Dean Ambrose was, especially after seeing the whole Chronicle, which that guy was really good. But they mentioned how that they're going to have a match at TLC for the IC title. But he claims how, Ambrose never really, picked up the phone to let him know how he was doing. He claims he loves WWE, but Seth claims that this is the first time I ever heard him say the word love. Of course, if you're friends, then he ever say he loves his wife or whatnot, which is strange. He's tired of Ambrose hiding and talking, and he wants to fight. He says, if you love this so much, then, come out here. Ambrose was on Titantron saying that Seth's looking desperate. He's not going to get real riled up and come running out like some kind of lunatic. He doesn't get it. Things have changed. The Shield did more harm than good. People loved it, but nobody knows how they were when the camera stopped. Things they did, how they were rotten to the core from the very beginning. Time has come up to them, and what goes around has come back around on them in a big way. And then he says that look at Roman. Now he has to answer to the man upstairs, and what's worse, Seth has to answer to himself, which a little bold right there, I gotta say, Dino. So he claims, I'm here, and you can show me. Just come find me, pretty much. So for the rest of the night, it was pretty much, playing cat and mouse for most of the rest of the night. After this, Rollins went backstage where Ambrose was, and there was two security guards standing there, and one of them said, get out of his face, which is interesting, is pretty much implying that Dean Ambrose got hired them. Seth takes them out, and then he goes into another direction, and he keeps looking for him. Then we have Alexa Bliss. First we had a Lars Sullivan vignette about him coming to Raw. Alexa Bliss on commentary. Of course, we had this tag match with Nia and Tamina taking on Bayley and Sasha. Of course, again, Alexa's like, oh yeah, Nia and I said some things to each other, but now we're cool now. Yeah, just like typical, WWE fashion when they're heels again, so they have to like each other now. Which with no story whatsoever. One good story. Look at how Rollins and Ambrose reunited last year after overselling their differences. Again, Alexa Bliss was apparently a bully to Nia Jax, but she could forgive her overnight just like that. Pretty much, again, makes no sense. I didn't care about this match. Sasha and Bayley are now being used to put over two people that I absolutely cannot stand. Yeah, of course, Nia is getting the heat needed, but again, I just still not happy that she's still getting this title opportunity when she should be getting punished for what she did. They beat Sasha and Bayley. Sasha and Bayley just continued to be treated like crap. Didn't care. We have Charlie Caruso interviewing Rollins. Ambrose pops up on the screen and asks her to go find Rollins and tell him that he knows where he's waiting, where the Shield used to call home, which we'll get that again. He knew that. And then we had, of course, Seth head to where he last saw Dean, goes in there, and then there's a it was burn it down sprayed on the door, which I thought was neat, having him talk about the mind games. Although, again, what hurt a little bit was the fact that Rollins knew where Ambrose was pretty much. Like, I would have liked to see that in a spot where Rollins didn't know where he would probably see Ambrose at. And then we got this terrible segment with all the tag teams hanging out, and everybody's pretty much just making fun of Drake Maverick doing pee jokes that I didn't even laugh one single time. He was asked if he tried the peas. Slater Rhino joke about adult diapers before deciding he can fit in children's diapers. Rhino is rather large and changes his target to Chad Gable, who tells him, "Don't get pissed." And then Bobby Roode tries to tell him that saying he's in bladder. Of course, Drake tells them, "You're in trouble now." And now, ha ha ha, you said you're in, pretty much. Like, how old are we here? How old are we, seriously? Are we like 9 years old and whatnot? Like, on anyone else, like Baron Corbin, heck, my honest opinion, let the WWE say where Vince McMahon pisses his pants and embarrasses himself on Raw at this point. That's what I want to happen now. You literally destroyed, not just you're destroying Drake Maverick in general, once again, with hurting his reputation big time on 205 Live. If you thought it was getting hard for me to take him seriously on 205 Live now, with this whole piss poor, God, this freaking stinks. This whole piss poor jokes. And now apparently, now how am I supposed to take pictures on 205 Live? But also, once again, just like what happened with the club, Vince tried to include comedy involving people that comedy does not work for. The comedy is not for the club, and comedy is definitely not for the authors of pain. I can't say their initials because it's just going to refer back to the fucking piss jokes. Oh God! You know what happens when you literally hurt a monster tag team with piss jokes? You know what happens when you put too much toilet humor, especially when you ruin a guy like Drake Maverick? If I can say this without passing out to the stench, WWE piss jokes, you just made the list. Oxygen. I can breathe. Again. But yeah, that pissed me off. I can't say it now without me feeling like I'm an idiot. We didn't have Lucha House Party. All three members taking on the Revival in apparently it's called a Lucha House Rules match. And Lucha House Party wins pretty much after they distracted the Revival with the pinata or whatnot. They never did it on 205 Live. Yeah, they poked fun at Drew Gulak by making the pinata Penelope, Penelope Gulak, or whatever that they called it. Like, that was funny because who wrote that? Triple H. Once they're Vince McMahon control, no, there's something completely different. Just ask the Lucha House Party. Just ask the Riot Squad. Just ask Authors of Pain. Just ask Drake Maverick. Just ask Finn Balor. Just ask Gallows and Anderson. Just ask Baron Corbin. Just ask who else is a failing star. Just ask Tyler Breeze. Just ask anyone. Once again, apparently these guys were the Revival was supposed to, who apparently did have a dominate showing apparently on the pre-show match that didn't count because they screwed up who was supposed to win the match. But imagine if they would have beaten the Usos and then they would have jobbed out to the Lucha House Party like they did tonight. In the Lucha, oh gosh, Lucha House Rules trying to give us some stupid Lucha things, like a lazy name, Lucha House Party match, because what, you're allowed to make a 3-on-2 handicap match now? It's called a Lucha House Party match. Made no sense exactly. Ah, gosh. Seth is backstage again, annoyed himself and frustrated, but he's gonna find and hurt Dean Ambrose. He can say whatever he wants about him, but to say that Roman's getting what he deserves, that's too far. He's been asking Dean for weeks why he turned his brothers, and when he finds him, he's gonna get him. But apparently, Dean was walking around the background. Titus O'Neil tells Rollins, "You just saw Dean, but he doesn't remember which way he went. But it's like you just saw him like right in the spot you were saying. Which way did he turn? He doesn't know." So Rollins goes running again. Let's check the live chat before we go back to this. Oh, God. Man, where were we at here? I think we're right here. Yeah, full-timers as champions only, I agree. Lawrence TLC matches in mine are Ambrose and Rollins and a TLC match for sure. Ronda, oh man, I bumped the button. Dang it. Let's see here. Where were we? There. Right here. Rollins versus Mickey in a submission match, which I would like that. Authors of Pain versus Revival for the tag titles. That'd be a good match, of course. But of course, Revival are now the Burial. Corbin versus Braun with the winner taking control of Raw. Alexa versus Steph for position of GM, which would be awesome. But of course, Alexa's apparently not coming back anytime soon. Too many heels, and it doesn't make sense for two heels to run both shows. You got a point though with that. Although even though Shane, would be a heel, commissioner, we still got babyface GM Page. Ray versus Orton with a future title match, maybe. Tables match, Bryan Styles, not bad. Maybe a ladder match, maybe a little better, but that was a bad idea. Charlotte and Becky versus Asuka and Nikki Cross. I don't want to see Charlotte and Becky to be a heel pairing, though. That's the only problem I have with that. Miz versus Shane for the best in the world, possibly. Ziggler versus Drew. Lesnar versus Finn. Bar versus Usos for the tag titles. So far, most of those are there. There should be face turns happening in 2019. Oh, for sure. I hope we see Velveteen Dream tonight because it's about time he got his call up. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Like, I don't have anything against Lars Sullivan, but why is he getting called before Velveteen Dream? I feel like Velveteen Dream is a lot more ready for the main roster than Lars Sullivan. I mean, I like Lars, but he's not as big of a star as Velveteen Dream for sure. No wonder people booed The Rock versus CM Punk as Raw 2013. Don't blame them, even though I love them both. Dream will go to SmackDown. Good. Drew needs to be champion for sure. Is Steph still heel? I have no clue. Braun does deserve it more. I mean, he deserves a Universal title. Again, he can put the Universal title on him at the Royal Rumble, and he can drop it to McIntyre Mania. Completely cool with me. We have a very fresh matchup in like the main event scene. I'd be cool with that. Definitely. Watch Nia versus Ronda main event TLC. Please. Oh, God. God, Lauren. I mean, you're my friend. I care about you, but oh, God, don't make me freaking sick. Braun needs to be traded to SmackDown for Joe, to be honest. Also, apparently the rumors have it that Joe is still working through an injury. So that's why he was written off quickly last night. Just to still get in the match, but whatever. I wonder where Dolph was. Yeah, why wasn't Dolph out there with Drew? I didn't get that either. Natty versus Ruby at TLC. Maybe a pre-show match. I don't know. Dolph wasn't there. He was not. Could WWE be making women tag division? Watch Nia to me and face off against Becky and Charlotte at the Rumble. Again, there's still not enough depth. Definitely. Who said he loves his wife? Yeah, exactly. No one ever said it. he hasn't said that. Ray needs to say stuff when Ambrose appears, but she don't, and it pisses me off, which once again makes the situation very awkward. What was he referring to when he said smells? I think he was trying to make a joke about the LA crowd or something like that. Raw needs to end or fire the creative team. No, it's called the fact that they don't care, that nobody cares at all because they're making the money. If they had more competition, they would care. But now instead of all the money, they think they can sabotage the show everybody enjoys. She wanted Ronda kick Corbin's butt, but the crowd was into it when she threw down the challenge. I would love to see that too. So now all heels are friends. Exactly. If you're a heel, or a babyface, you're all best friends. Did Charlie Caruso get her lips done? Didn't take notice. Yes, Corbin is a pussy. I completely agree. SmackDown star will win the Rumble, which is fine with me. Would you rather have Steph on SmackDown or Raw? What about Shane? Honestly, at this point, just delete Raw, delete the creative and everything on Raw, and just have SmackDown the way it is and put people on SmackDown at this point for all I care, because Raw is completely unwatchable tonight. Let's see here. I don't get it. Nia injures all these women and she gets rewarded. Like I said, WWE makes no sense because she's related to The Rock. She's not that great at all, but she gets rewarded for that. Drake will get teased to watch because they're treating him like a joke. Look at the tag division, which once again is getting put on the AO. Authors of Pain also. Man, that's why Vince started calling them Authors of Pain, just their initials, and they'll call them Authors of Pain, whereas calling them by their initials now, apparently. So that's probably why they can make those jokes. Just laughing his ass off backstage. Yeah, exactly. They acted like little kids in the catering area. Pretty much. You said urine. Seriously, I was 9 years old when people were making fun of me for saying that. You like Drake Maverick? He was awesome. Now he's not. It's not his fault. Exactly. I mean, I loved him as GM on 205 Live. He was, again, as I said last night, Drake Maverick was that GM that was literally just saying he's trying to bring out the best rest of the talent wrestling wise. And that's why 205 Live been a watchable show now. Now we got this piss crap. Oh God. Team Too Happy made the list. Sure, have Revival look dominant at Survivor Series, but on Raw jobbing, okay, bye, pretty much. Why does Vince ruin everyone? Because once again, he has to have full control over everything. Unless he created them, nope. Only ones that he got his hands on and made control of and made who they are. That's all people who are getting over. Because again, once again, as John Cena said about The Undertaker, Vince McMahon, WWE in general, get over your ego. Geez, saying Vince McMahon makes it awful stench. It doesn't make sense for Drake to be a heel manager with AOP and be a babyface manager on 205 Live, which makes him a freaking hypocrite, for crying out loud. I want to see Finn Balor hold Universe hell again. It sucks that Vince has done nothing but bury him since he came back from injury. Didn't even give him another chance. He had one injury, and the way he finally gets his Universal title match, and I mean the match he had with Roman was good at SummerSlam, but it felt like that, kind of like that. Okay, he got his match. You happy now? Okay, shove down. Let's all move on, pretty much. But I do agree for sure. Shane versus the Miz feud. What's up, Team Skyway? Shane versus the Miz feud, maybe. Raw is the definition of meaningless. You're right, Jay. What's up? When is Jason Jordan coming back? Not sure. I heard he may come back now. I mean, I remember when he first got injured last year, they're saying he was going to be out for about a year. So I guess, he may be coming back around Mania time, maybe. I'm not sure. So that's what I would say. I don't even care for whatever program they put Strowman in. They buried him so deep, which again, as I said before, I'm having a hard time with series now because they're going to build him up to get back into the main event scene just to do the same thing as they keep doing. He gets up there, he goes back down. He goes back up there, he goes back down. Trying to like nothing ever happened. But once again, WWE thinks we're apparently stupid, and we don't remember that. So who the hell cares? Are we going to get women's tag titles next year? Once again, only way I want to see women's tag titles is if you merge the divisions. We don't need 2 women's tag titles and 2 men's tag titles. Again, merge the tag divisions together, merge the women's divisions together. Again, really, we don't need 2 of each champion. We can have 2 mid-card champions. Cool, I'm fine with that for each brand. But we don't need 2 of each champion. We don't. We really do not. Heck, I'll say we only have 1 world champion right now because the Universal Championship is not going to be defended again until Royal Rumble. Has been defended since Crown Jewel when it was, it was claimed that it was vacated, but power rank top 5 stars after tonight. There's really anybody in the power rank right now from Raw. I mean, you say maybe Ambrose and Rollins. That's it. That's really it I can say because no one benefited from this show at all whatsoever. Are you gonna watch the Marine 6? Maybe. I haven't gotten to it yet. Let's talk about this last hour, of course. Ronda Rousey comes out. Now, Ronda had some good parts in this promo, but what pissed me off about this promo, first off, Ronda came out smiling. She was smiling after the beating she took last night. She got the crap beat out of her by Charlotte after Charlotte got herself disqualified. And also, remember, she took a chair shot to the throat. Like, not just a shot, but she literally had her neck smashed with a chair. That apparently is what wrote Chris Jericho off of TV whenever Kevin Owens attacked him last year. That, also, well, who else did do? Oh, I think it was used to break an ankle or whatnot when Mark Henry did the Big Show, put him out for a couple of months. Well, wrote him off TV for a few months back in 2011. Like, it's written people off. Even though, yeah, she had some bumps, bruises, and cuts on her, Ronda didn't sell any of the injury at all. And that kind of pissed me off. She came out into the ring, got on the microphone, and said she'll have to wrestle Nia Jax at TLC. Know what she can do after she did the Becky's face, but she'll tap Nia out. And then she's going to focus on the next chapter of Ronda versus Charlotte. She claims that, though, she came out here to show what a true champion she is, that, even on her worst day, she's still going to show up ready to fight, which, okay, I like how she said that. But once again, you're coming out here smiling and still walking on. You're not like struggling or anything and whatnot. Out came Corbin saying that, I can't do this to you with the condition you are in, which, once again, Ronda's walked around like nothing happened, which again pisses me off that she did that, didn't sell the injuries. But she pretty much threatens them, says, maybe you want to fight me since you're the only one out here. But then Corbin says that she'll find somebody that will, he'll find someone for her to fight, and she will become next Raw Women's Champion. So he's threatening her big time, and it's Mickie James, which I wouldn't say okay. I hated the fact that Mickie James was okay, Mickie James to me is not that big of a threat to Ronda Rousey. I mean, yes, she's great, future Hall of Famer, but then again, I would not want to see Nia Jax to me come out. So especially then, it's okay, who's it gonna be? I mean, could have been the Riot Squad, but we were getting Ruby Riot. We were getting a match with the Riot Squad. Ruby Riot taking on Natalya later on tonight. So that happened. But we had Ronda versus Mickie. Match was what it was. Mickie tapped out, and afterwards, Nia and Tamina come out, and then as Ronda's walking up the ramp, and just stare her down, just do her whole claim this name as the face breaker and whatnot. Thought they would at least attack her, but they didn't. But who cares? I don't care about that match at all. So far, I don't care much about TLC except for Rollins and Ambrose so far, and probably Styles and Bryan. Those are the only 2 matches I care about TLC so far. Yeah, I'll probably still watch it. I mean, it's the same night as my friend's Christmas party, but I'll probably still be able to watch TLC. But not expecting much from it so far. As of now, I'm expecting it to be as bad as it was in 2014. That show, again, was god-awful, except for that ladder match with Ziggler and Harper for the IC title. That was an awesome match. But other than that, the rest of that show was crap. So far as what I'm expecting from this show. But anyways, we get a recap of what happened with Lesnar and Bryan. Then we have Authors of Pain taking on Team Too Happy, as I call them, of course, with the crowd chanting AOPP. AOPP, you just made the list. And what happened? Team Too Happy won. But to me, I hated the finish. It just, Chad Gable did this, this power slam that, they barely did anything. And I said the other reason why I didn't like the Bar and AO Office of Pain's match. Because as I said before, in NXT, Akam and Razor literally, made their opponents look great because they looked like dominating monsters that took a huge challenge to put them down. This time, Chad Gable was just some type of typical spine buster thing or whatnot, and just rolls up. I think it was Razor or Akam. It just looked like Akam tried to hand him the victory. So once again, we get another thing where the challengers beat the champions, but it's not a title match. Which once again, I freaking hate. Oh God, it freaking smells. Jeez. What is that awful stench in there? That happens, so they're probably going to get a tag title match at TLC. We didn't have Dean Ambrose in a shadowy room, which fits his environment, I feel. He says this is no game, but it's been fun to see Rollins run around like, a lunatic. All he does is whine, can't believe you went there with Roman, and this isn't about Roman, it's about the shattered bond between brothers, and if he gets here, that's what Ambrose is going to do to Seth, break him and shatter his bones, and he starts doing the whole stuff that claim that it smells, covers his nose, asking if it's Seth's fear or Los Angeles, but no, he knows what it is. It's the crowd, of course. If Rollins ever finds him, there's no explanation, no apology, he's just going to burn it down, pretty much. B-Team apparently was hyping up Black Friday sales. Seth claims he's going home, and he leaves pretty much. He says he's got a flight to catch, and Ambrose doesn't want to be caught. So, oh well, he'll stomp his face into the ground at TLC. So apparently he leaves. We have Natalya and Ruby Riott. Natty wins with a roll up. I don't care. Then we see Dean Ambrose coming out, making his entrance. Same music. Ask the people if they want Seth Rollins to beat him up because he turned his back on the Shield and all them and their dirty little children. He wants to be real. Every single one of us with the proper motivation will do the same thing, whether for money or a free meal. At least his reasons were justice. He's been around people like this his whole life, so emotional, cheering for their little hearts out and making him literally sick. And of course, he asks him, what is the smell? And he can smell the crowd from the back. A giant steaming pile of phony LA garbage continues as Rollins appears on a Titantron, and he charges out, and they start brawling, and they knock him to the floor, which I'm like, cool so far, but then what happens? Dean Ambrose pulls typical heel moves. He tries running away. Rollins gets it back into the ring, and then Ambrose low blows him. We've seen that how many times. And then he hits two dirty deeds on Rollins for us to end the show. I mean, I was digging the promos that Ambrose was cutting because, the environment was a little bit different, and, it felt more like him on the microphone, but you had to make him a typical heel. You couldn't make something different. You had to have him running away because he's afraid of Seth Rollins and then low blowing him. I've seen how many freaking low blows this year. Daniel Bryan, Shinsuke Nakamura, a few other people, of course, as well, have done nothing but low blows all year, and it's just driving me crazy. And of course, Vince laughed whenever Styles and Nakamura low blowed each other to get a count out in an ODQ match at Backlash. Yeah, remember how awful that was? So for me, it was like, yeah, I was digging like the stuff between Seth and Dean most of the night, and I really liked the promos and you know how it was Ambrose, you know, talking, you know, in different places. Again, that felt like him. Like it felt like you know, like the heel character he needs to be. But then they had him running away and using a low blow. It's just like, can we get something freaking different? My God, what is that freaking smell? God, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Maybe I just need some sleep. Who knows? But oh gosh, man, this tissue I'm sure is going to be meant for the garbage after I finish this freaking review. But that's how this smelly crap fest went off the air. Again, I only saw the highlights from Raw, but what I saw, I gotta give the show a D. I mean, the stuff with Ambrose and Rollins, I enjoyed. Other than that, God, I gotta get out of here before the smell gets any worse. Man, I hope I'm gonna be able to sleep tonight, whatnot. But yeah, Twitter polls, only 2 votes. One person gave us a B, someone else gave it a D or lower. Again, I gave Raw a D tonight for sure. Let's see what we got here. I think we're right here. TNQ Partner was having Wi-Fi issues. No worries, man. What happened to Rusev Day? I don't know. Rusev's not even being used on SmackDown right now. Raw is supposed to be Vince's flagship show, yet it sucks every single time it's on. Exactly. Favorite Disney Channel original movie? I'm trying to think what we consider Disney Channel original movie. I mean, my favorite Disney movies growing up in general, I gotta say, was Oliver and Company and any of the Goofy movies, because Goofy was my favorite Disney character. But I gotta say that. We got official Roman Empire saying he loves Raw and WWE, or she, whoever the heck it is. And if you do, cool. I don't want to crap on you. Will we ever get another Southpaw Wrestling this year? No idea. When they do NXT call-ups, I hope they don't pull up an Apollo Crews, but call someone up way too soon. Oh, they will. They'll do that again. There's no doubt about they'll do it again. Good night, Mike. See you for your SmackDown review. I'll definitely see you later for that. I will be able to do that SmackDown review live this week, but next week I most likely will not be able to review SmackDown live for a while, since I'll be working. I'll probably working nights on Tuesdays and Thursdays with my new holiday job that I'm starting on Wednesday. And also, I forgot to mention also that I'm going to be going on a short little trip next week. I'll be gone from Sunday to Tuesday, so I won't be reviewing Raw live on Monday. I'll review when I get back from my trip on Tuesday if I have time before I go to work, if I do work that night. But guys, again, I'm sorry this review was late. Again, I had plans to visit some friends tonight, and then I came home and watched the highlights of that. Oh God, man, here it comes again. Dang, jeez, oh man, oh God, it freaking smells. Oh gosh, guys, oh man. But yeah, I'm gonna check out tonight, guys. Again, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm tired. And man, it smells like crap in here. So hopefully I don't pass out for any bad gas or anything like that, because Raw absolutely just sucked today again. D for Raw tonight. What grade would you give Raw? Let us down in the comment section below. As always, be sure to always click buy, like, and subscribe or comment on my channel. Follow me on Twitter at TheManAir93. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. So until then, stay safe, guys, and peace out, everybody. If I can reach the stop button here.